Breakfast with your Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with your Coys. Breakfast with your Coys. Oh yeah. Breakfast with your Coys. Breakfast with your Coys.
Yes, guys, welcome to Breakfast with Pure Coys. It is a wet and miserable Monday morning here in the West Country. Guys, let me know what it's like where you are. What is going to happen today? Is Thomas Frank going to lose his job? I think he is. It's a question of when. What time will it happen during this stream? Who knows? I think it's going to be around midday. I think we may get kind of a midday thing, but then there's a press conference, isn't there, for the match? So, is it going to happen before? Is it going to happen after? Is it going to happen after the Dortmund game? I don't think there's any doubt Thomas Frank is going to get sacked this week, right? We're all in agreement, whether we want him out or not, that Thomas Frank will be out of a job by the end of this week. But when? Will it be today? Will they give him the Dortmund game? I think they have to sack him today. I really do. It is time. I was all for giving him a chance, seeing what he could do. Anything I thought was going to be better than what I witnessed last season in the Premier League. And I was wrong. I was totally wrong. I hold my hands up. Thomas Frank is not the man for Spurs. He doesn't get the club, and people maybe won't understand what I mean by that, but he just doesn't get what Tottenham are. We are an attacking side, regardless of where we are currently as a club and the players we have. And our motto is to dare is to do. And we don't dare at all, especially at home. The place you would dare the most. Tottenham don't do it under Frank. And it is time to go. We have lost too many games. I think we're all in agreement, as I've said, about that. But when, I must admit, I thought I would wake up to some news of Frank leaving this morning. I haven't. I keep refreshing to find out if anything's going to change. Nothing has happened as yet. Like I say, I think it will be this morning. I think he will lose his job this morning. But when, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting day. It's going to be an interesting day for Spurs. And if he does lose his job, who takes over? Who takes over, guys? Is it going to be Hettinger for the rest of the season? Are we going to bring in a full-time manager? The old Hettinger thing is just weird, isn't it? We brought him in a couple of days ago, and he is either going to be the quickest stay at Tottenham ever, when he's literally here for a couple of days and then leaves, or Tottenham maybe have a bigger plan and thought, we'll bring him in. He could be the interim manager if we sack Frank. Hopefully we beat West Ham and, we don't need to sack him. But as it turns out, we lose to West Ham. Frank has to go. Is Hettinger the man to take us for the rest of the season? It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's be honest. I'm at the opinion that whoever takes over now, it really doesn't matter. We are a shit show from top to bottom. Frank has to go, but whoever takes over in this time now, it really doesn't matter. The other massive, massive issue is the transfer window. It's the transfer window. What does this mean for Tottenham transfers for the rest of this window? Are we going to bring anyone else in? We are in desperate need of players. We will talk about the Dortmund game in a bit, but wow, the amount of injuries and players unavailable is crazy. We are going to be going into this game with a Dortmund side, by the way, that are second in their division and are absolutely flying at the moment, with probably I would say at least 2, maybe 3 youngsters starting. It wouldn't surprise me at all. If not that, we will have players playing out of position just to fill in holes. It's going to be an interesting game tomorrow night, but we will see what happens. I'm going to say hello to the chat. Guys, if you're in here, please smash that like button. Hit the subscribe if you're new. It is really important. I'm going to try my best to get up to 1,350 today, so any help would be much appreciated. Let's say hello to the chat. And the first message, big up to you, Baku, who says, Big Ange was done dirty. Big up to you, mate. I don't think he was done dirty. I think, you know what? He was pretty awful, let's be honest. The same as Frank, but he did win us a trophy. I think the ones who are being done dirty, mate, are the fans. I think we are being done dirty. Big Ange earned a lot of money out of us. I think he's all right. I really do. But big up to you, mate. Welcome to the channel. Scott Colliver's in. Said hello, Nige, and everyone. Big up to you, Scott. I hope you're well, mate. Binny Guy is in. Big up, Binny Guy. Says howdy, Nige. Big up to you, mate. I hope you are well. And the sheriff at work on the road. Big up, Nige. Morning, mate. Big up to you, sheriff. I hope you're well, buddy. Do not work too hard. Great show last night on the 2 marks. If you haven't, get over to the 2 marks and smash a sub for them. Henry is in. Coys, he won't get sacked today. If he was going to be sacked, it would have been yesterday. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same. There's so many rumours going around, isn't there, at the moment about him being sacked, whether it's going to be today, whether it's going to be after the Dortmund game. But for me personally, I don't see a point in giving him the Dortmund game. I do not see a point because we are going into that game so weak. I think whoever was in charge, I think if we had Moses in charge, he wouldn't be able to part the Dortmund defence. See what I did there? It's a game we're going to lose, guys. It's a game we're going to lose. So for me, it doesn't matter who's in charge. I would sack him. I would sack him today, get it done. But of course, there's press conferences today, so it's going to be interesting. If Frank obviously takes it, then he's still in a job. It'd be interesting to see if maybe there's someone else at the press conference. I'm expecting some sort of news today, Henry. I really am. A lot of rumours going around that Van der Ven and Tel complained to the hierarchy about Frank. They're not happy. Hearing that Romero is not happy at all with Frank. There's a lot of discontent in the players, apparently. So something's got to give, right? Something has to give. And more importantly than anything else, the results have been terrible. So I don't know. Today, after the Dortmund, it doesn't really matter, does it? But I think we need to have a plan of where we go. Ghosted is in, saying, big up, Nige. Big up to you, mate. I hope you're well. And he says the owners also need to show the ambition of to dare is to do. Unfortunately, haven't shared that vision for years. Absolutely 100%, mate. 100%. We need a plan, and we need to show some ambition. And my fear is, with all this Frank news and rumours going around, whether he's going to keep his job, whether he's going to lose it, Enoch had just sat there like this, transfer windows open. There's a couple more days we don't have to do anything. It's a real concern because we are so short. Richard's in. Big up, Rich. I hope you're well. He said, I've just seen the reports that he is still here for Dortmund. Oh my God. Yeah, if that's the case, that's disappointing. Like I said, I don't see a point in keeping him for the Dortmund game because there's almost certainly going to be another defeat. And it's just, what's the point in putting him through another defeat? You know, we might as well just get rid now. Give us a chance of, you know, whoever comes in, like I say, for the game isn't going to win it. So I don't know. Doesn't matter. We might as well keep him, I guess, for the Dortmund game and get rid of him after. I suppose it's just another nail in the coffin for him, isn't it? After Tuesday, Sheriff is saying Enoch need to go as well. They absolutely do, mate. But we both know that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Enoch are going nowhere at the moment. Vindaloo is in. He says to dare is to do. Laugh out loud. Your next fixtures in the Prem are Burnley, Man City, Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal, and Fulham away, and Palace. Relegation is possible here, 10 points away from West Ham. Big up to you, Vindaloo. I'll be honest, mate, I don't think there's any way Spurs get relegated. I think we are too far clear of West Ham. And even though they beat us, they will They will lose games. I think we will win enough to stay. Listen, it's not going to be pretty, mate. It's not going to be pretty. And you must be absolutely bloody loving this. You must be absolutely loving it. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for Spurs. And those runner fixtures do not look pretty. But we've got no chance with Frank in charge. We might pick up a few draws if we're lucky with someone else. I don't know. We need something. If once the players, I mean, the fans are another thing. Yeah, the fans have turned, the fans have turned on the manager. No doubt about that. I say 90%, or I'm hearing 90% of the fans want Frank out. But when the players start turning against you as well, and when the players are not playing for you, you have to get rid. And we need someone to. It doesn't matter. Like I say, it doesn't matter right now. It doesn't matter who it is. Anybody would, I think, get more out of these players and get the confidence back into these players. When I say anyone, I couldn't go in and do it, but you know what I'm getting at. I think anyone could come in and turn this group of players round. But that is also a concern. The fact that players down tools so easy, for me, not on. Most of these players I'd get rid of in the summer. Ron is in saying to dare is to poo poo. We certainly do that a lot, don't we, mate? Vindaloo saying that um big up, Nige. I thought give some good news before I go to work. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. Have a good day at work. And yeah, hopefully, Arsenal lose a few games soon, but I just don't see it. Just don't see it. The Hotspur Hood's in. Big up, Danny. Says we are FUBAR and the protests was pathetic. We are effed from top to bottom. Realistically, though, who would want this effing job? Transfers, what are they? I think big up Danny said exactly how most Spurs fans are feeling. Really, really disappointed to see the turnout for the protests. And as much as we hate Tottenham and it's bored, we don't hate Tottenham. We love them, of course. But as much as we hate what's going on at Spurs and the board, the way this club's run, they are bloody clever, aren't they? Bringing Gallagher a couple of days before, and then Vinay releases a statement like that, saying everything all Spurs fans want to hear, literally the night before. But it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. 20, 30,000 fans booing in the stadium after the game and at halftime. But those same fans can't be bothered just to stand. That's all they have to do. They don't have to do anything. Just stand now, show your face, show your support, make it known that you're not happy with what's happening at Spurs. And as Stour said so many times and so many others, there's not the appetite for it. Most fans are happy just to go have a couple of beers, meet up with their mates, and watch a game and go home. Sadly, it's the way it is. It's the way it is, and that is why I miss the old White Hart Lane so much. 36,000 fans, and every single one of them that is in that ground. They weren't corporate. They were fans. They loved the club. It took a lot to get a ticket because it wasn't always as easy to get a ticket. But listen, it is what it is. And Cookie is in. Saying morning, Nigel, mate. Good morning to you, Cookie. I hope you're well, buddy. Great show last night. Vindaloo still here. Said at least 10 people turned up for change for Tottenham. It's a start. Listen, I know as other fans, it is quite funny to watch the demise at Spurs. It's just incredibly frustrating. If I was a season ticket holder at Spurs, or if I was at the game at the weekend, 100% I would have been in that crowd. But as I said, most people are happy with what's going on. Like it's been said again many times, fans, match going day fans are different to online YouTube fans and YouTubers. We all feel differently. There's such a gap. We're all complaining about how Spurs are doing and what needs to change, but most of the match going fans are just happy just to be there. It is what it is. It is what it is. Simon Cohen's in the house and morning night. Still no news. No. Um, it looks like he might be staying for the Dortmund game. Really disappointing for me. Again, it doesn't matter whether he's here or not for the Dortmund game. It doesn't matter because we're going to lose. But we will see what happens later on in the week. And Ghostis says The Hotspur Herd, I got slaughtered for saying a lot of people was at the protest because Ange and actually not for Enoch. And it's a really good point. It is a really good point. And I know Danny said that a lot. That I think the one protest when there was a lot of numbers. The one protest I was at, to be fair, um, it was very much a lot of it was for Ange Postecoglou, I'm sure. But I don't know. We will see. We will see what happens going forward. We can't take much more of this, surely. We keep playing like this. We are going to be in relegation battles year on, year out. And it's not good enough for Tottenham Hotspur. But let's see what happens. Sheriff has become a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Sheriff. Much appreciated, buddy. Um, yeah, God, you must be bored sat in your van if you become a YouTube member. But thank you, mate. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Terrell is in, saying big up, Nige, big up to you, mate. I hope you are well. And he then says, I think sometime this week you guys will sack him. I agree. If not today, it will be either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. Unless by some miracle we beat Dortmund, which is Spurs, right? So you never know. We could rock up and Dortmund could be down to 10 men within 3 minutes and we could scrape a 1-0 win. But I think he goes either today or after the Dortmund game, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. But we will see. And Cookie, member for 5 months, says, morning, mate. Great show as always. Thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, there's plenty to talk about with what's going on at the moment. I've been on 4 days in a row. So fair play, and thank you very much for being a member for 5 months. Memberships and super chats are available, though. Guys, all I want you to do is smash that like button, and if you haven't, hit the subscribe button too, because it is so important. We are all trying to grow. Ghosted says Dortmund have lost 1 game all season. Apparently, we do always seem to get something against them. Though we do, we have a good record against Dortmund. Um, for Harry Kane or Sonny or even a Jan Vertonghen. Remember that goal at Wembley? What a goal that was. Um, yeah, we do. We do usually do quite well, but I just think this might be 1 game too many. I cannot see how we get anything out of this game at all. Danny says, ghosted. I've been saying since last year, mate, the 2K protest was more there for Ange out, in my opinion. Agreed. Agreed. Either Ange out or Levy out. Yeah. I can remember being there and all the chants were, you know, we want Levy out or Levy's gone. So do the fans want Enoch out? I don't know. I think a lot of fans maybe are prepared to give them a chance, and see what they do. Um, but they're not acting like we want them to act at the moment, are they? It's been a disappointing window. Gallagher's a good start, but we need more. And like I've already said, my fear is that with everything going on in and around the club, with the board, with the manager, with the players falling out, with the fans and everything, we are a mess. And I just think we might take our eye off the ball in the transfer market, and that will be their excuse. There'd be something. We've sacked the manager. We can't bring anyone in. There'll be excuses somewhere along the lines. There really will. Dino's in, says morning Nige, gets him gone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ghost is saying the Hotspur Hood, I agree 100%. Side Dancer is in. Big up to you. Says morning Nige, good morning to you, mate. And Danny says sad but true in my opinion. Yeah, agreed. It is. Guys, there's over 60 in the house. Please smash a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. But who takes over? Guys, drop me a comment. Let me know in the chat who takes over. When Frank goes, who takes over? Who's your man to take us forward? Forget interim. Forget interim right now, because I think we all probably know we're going to get an interim. We think it's pretty odds on that it's probably going to be Heitinger, however you want to pronounce it. But who takes over long term? Who is your man to take us forward? For me, and I said it lots over the last week, we need to find our identity. Whether that's, and what I mean by that is obviously I talk about the Tottenham way a lot because I'm an older fan, but I understand that the Tottenham way is not a thing anymore. Football's changed. But as a club, our motto is to dare is to do. So are we going to be an attacking side, a front footed side? an aggressive side, or are we going to be more of a pragmatic counter-attacking side? I haven't really got a problem with either. What I've got a problem with, we need a manager to come in and implement that. And we don't want to change. If we're going to play this attacking football, this, you know, front footed, aggressive pressing football, fantastic. I am all for it. But we need then to bring a manager in who plays that style. And if it doesn't work, which it might not, just because we bring a manager in style we're looking for doesn't mean it's going to work, right? And if it doesn't work, then we don't go, oh shit, that didn't work. Let's go get a pragmatic manager, because then we're just chopping and changing. If we're going to play aggressive front foot football, which I hope we are, get a manager in that plays that. If that doesn't work, get another manager in that plays that, and keep going that way. Stop, keep chopping and changing, because then we can bring the players in. Like I said last night, I don't think the signings we're making now are manager signings. I think they're all club signings. The problem is we keep changing from different styles every time. And this is why we have Udogi and Porro, who are wing backs, and now we have managers who don't play with three at the back. So let's make a decision, Tottenham. Get an identity, stick with it. For me, that's the way I'd go anyway. So, in that sense, who would you want in charge at Tottenham, and what kind of football do you want to see? Vinny Guy said, big up Hotspur Hood, Danny. Love your show. Straightforwardness, gratitude. Yeah, Danny is fantastic. If you haven't, get over and subscribe to the Hotspur Hood. I'm sure you all have. They are absolutely smashing it over there. The Big D, big up, mate, said that last good game was against City in September. He looks lost. It's best for all he gets sacked. Happy Monday, Nige. And to you, mate. Happy Monday to everyone. It's yeah, like I say, it's wet and wild and windy here, grim in the West Country, and I can't wait to go and get a nice coffee, sit in a coffee shop, do some paperwork. Happy days. But yeah, absolutely right. I just think Tottenham are too big for him, and this was my concern when he came in. I was all up for him coming in. I was really excited about Frank coming in. Love his hair, love everything. It just looks like a really top guy. But I was concerned because all his interviews with Brentford, all very calm, collected, quite funny. And I did say, let's see what he does. The pressure at Spurs. Let's see if he can handle it. And Postecoglou, say what you want about him. In the interviews, certainly towards the end, he started to lose his shit, didn't he? The amount of times he had a go at interviewers or fans, and we've seen it in Frank already, turning on the fans, um, getting a bit short in interviews. He's felt the pressure. Tottenham is a massive job. No matter what anybody says, people will say the Spurs are not a big club. I think Spurs are a massive club, and there is a lot of pressure. Most of the pressure comes from us. Absolutely 100%. We are a demanding bunch. We want the best, and we haven't been given it for years. So we need a manager to come in who's strong. We need a board that's strong. We had um, two top managers in Conte and in Jose. Um, Jose got sacked a week before final. Whether that was a good move or not, we all probably think it isn't in hindsight. But again, we turn it on. We were never happy with Mourinho because he didn't play the style of football that we wanted. We were never really happy with Conte because we didn't play the style we wanted. And listen, I was one of those. I was one of those. I wanted to play attacking football. And when Conte got sacked and when he said what he said, I was fucking livid with Conte. I thought, how dare you say that about the club I love? I look back at that interview now that he did after the Southampton game, and I'm like, wow, he was so right. Everything he said, absolutely bang on about this club. I think as fans, sometimes we gotta maybe look at it a little bit, look at the bigger picture, and it is what it is. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Certainly. Ghost is saying it's defo sad, mate, especially when you consider there's 50k Spurs fans in that stadium on a game day. There is, but as it's been said, man, we are an entertainment venue, right? We're not a football stadium. White Hart Lane was a football stadium. You went to watch the football. The burgers were great. They were greasy. The hot dogs were fantastic. But you didn't go for that. You went to watch the football. Now You go for a beer, some nice food. The football's on, you know, the football's on. Might watch a bit of it. I just think it's all pantomime at the moment. All the booing and everything as well. It's all part of the pantomime. And I don't know. I'm just fed up with it all, to be honest. Dino said the protest looked terrible, pathetic turnout. Absolutely, absolutely. It was really disappointing to see. It was really disappointing to see. And I feel, you know what? I feel for the people who arranged it, the change for Tottenham. I feel for Billy T because he put a lot of effort in, a lot of effort on, a lot of effort in. And for whatever reason, you know, people didn't show up. People didn't show up. Um, which is really disappointing. Breaking news. Okay. Thomas Frank expected to stay in charge for the Dortmund game. So it looks like he's in charge for the Dortmund game. It is what it is, guys. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about that. Kane Bryan said, new to this channel, happy to see it. Like I sorted my sleep pattern, not usually up this early. Wow, thank you, mate. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you being in the house and thank you for your comment. Benny Guy said, Nige, look on the bright side. It's two sides of the same coin. Toxic. I know what it says, just can't read it. Brilliant drama, marketing. It literally sells worldwide as we speak. They learned Shakespeare very well indeed. And it is all, yeah, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? Collins in, saying Bora Donage, he has gone, has he? I've just looked and it says he hasn't gone yet, but okay, it looks like some news is coming in that maybe I'm just reading stuff that I shouldn't. But I don't think he's gone yet. I don't think he's gone yet. 99% of fans walked past and couldn't care less, says it all. Yep. Jonas is in. Big up, mate. Says Frank out now. Absolutely. Frank has to go. Has to go. Benny Guy says, are you not entertained? It's who we are, mate, as Anne said. We wreck shit. Yeah, we are a mess. We are an absolute mess. But we wouldn't have it any other way, would we? Would we? It's part of why we love Spurs so much. You know, we don't win a lot, so it's nice to have drama. We'd have nothing to talk about otherwise. So, yeah, I'd like the drama to be a bit, you know, win a few more games with the drama, but it is what it is. I guess if we were winning, we wouldn't have the drama, right? Burke's born and bred. Oh, Burke's born and bred. Big up to you, mate. Isn't it odd how Arsenal fans are suddenly showing their faces? They do, mate. They do. They come out of the woodwork. They come out of the woodwork when they're top of the league. But hopefully, by the end of the season, they'll be back under their stone. Let's see. With a bit of luck. Kane Bryan says, for F's sake, why is Frank still at the club? Is football suicide keeping him? I agree, but I'm at the opinion. I think maybe if we had a full squad going into the Dortmund game, maybe he might have got sacked. I don't know. But I just think we are so short of players. I think even the club realises this is probably one game too many. And what's the point in sacking him now? We might as well wait till after the Dortmund game is another defeat to his name then. The problem is if we win, which I hope we do, of course. Oh, I don't know. Red Rebellion says the problem is that the next manager is a dead man walking to with your squad as well, with your ownership. 100%, mate. Whoever comes in, and welcome to the channel. Whoever comes in is this job, the Tottenham job, is a poison chalice. It really is because, like I say, as fans, we expect so much. We do. We expect so much. But for me, it's because we're promised so much. You know, we are promised these things. Uh, you know, when we were at White Hart Lane, and I don't want to keep harping back to White Hart Lane, that's history. But when we were at White Hart Lane, we didn't expect this much, I don't think. Yes, of course, we're a fan base. We demand good football. That's what we demand. But you know what? We didn't. I can't remember us being like this ever since this new stadium's gone up. Because now we're earning so much money and there's so much money around Tottenham, we do demand the best. And the board do keep coming out and do keep promising that they're going to put the football first. And they don't. And the squad, like you say, the squad is shocking. It is a mismatch of 5 or 6 different managers, 5 or 6 different styles of play, and the squad is nowhere near up to it. Too many youngsters that are not good enough, youngsters that are probably never gonna be good enough for Tottenham. It's gonna be a long couple of years, and listen, we finished 17th for a reason last season, and we're down in 14th this season for a reason. We are not good enough. We are not good enough as a team, and we need a massive overhaul. But let's see. We can just give it time, right? That's all we can give it. What I do know is Frank is not the man to give that time to, and let's hope the next manager that comes in, whether it's Poch or whether it's someone else, I don't know. We will see. We will see. The Hotspur says Levy wasn't the problem, just part of the problem. Absolutely, but it's like anything, isn't it? Isn't it, Dan? It's like now, Frank is not the problem. He is part of the problem, but because he is the man at the helm, it's the snake's head, isn't it? You got to cut it off, and Frank will be the man who suffers. Though a lot of the players need to take some responsibility as well, and the board. The same with Levy. Levy was a problem, but he wasn't the main one. The main one are Enoch and always will be Enoch. Jeff is in. Big up, Jeff, saying patience is a virtue. Frank in. And this is a problem in football, certainly nowadays, and in generally in life. There is no patience. It is all now, now, now. What I will say, in my opinion, mate, is he just isn't getting the best out of the team. And when he falls out with the fans, and when the fans turn on him, and when the players turn on him, I think it is the beginning of the end. So sadly, I think he has to go. Like I said at the start, I was all for him coming in, but I think it is time to go now. Paul G says, morning, Nigel chat. Has he gone yet? Good morning to you, Paul G. No, he hasn't. Looks like breaking news coming out is that he is staying for the Dortmund game. I guess for me, it's a bit lazy. It's almost like Spurs are like, oh, we've got the press conferences tomorrow. Can we be asked to get someone else in for that? I don't want to face the press. Oh, let's just stick Frank in there for another day. Doesn't matter. We're going to lose anyway. For me, it's a bit lazy. Typical Spurs, really. Haven't got the balls to do the job, but it is what it is. Rubbish B2 saying, is Glasner trying his best to get the sack from Palace right now? It seems that way, doesn't it? It seems like he is done from Palace. It really does. Obviously, the last couple of results have not been great either, but he's got a point, yeah? They sold Eze in the summer, right before the start of the season, and they've sold Gahey now against his will, right before a massive game. And he's just had enough. He's like, I'm done. I'm leaving at the end of the season. Sack me now. And Palace are not. Palace are not. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Sheriff said, the magic one. I got to be honest, I'd love Poch back. I would. I think he will fail, but I would love Poch back. But that is the romantic in me. I want to see what he can do. Henry says Mason will take over with the Dutch coach till the summer. If Mason comes back, seriously, if Mason comes back, I will. I mean, it would be funny, right? It would be funny, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I really hope he doesn't know. For his sake, more than anything, why would you come back to this shit show? He's got out of it. Don't come back. Do not come back. Simon said Hansi Flick would be ideal. If I wouldn't turn him down. No, I wouldn't turn him down. Colin says Hitanga has its interim. Poch is the one. If not Iriola, not Glasner. I agree 100%. We need, like I said earlier, identity. It's all about identity. We need to get that identity. And if we're playing attacking football, it's got to be Poch, an Iriola type, not Glasner. If we're going to go down the route of counter-attacking football, then fine. Glasner's the man. But for me, we've got to play football. We've got to play attractive football. And we've got to play front-footed attacking football. And for me, that means an attacking manager, whoever that is. Crookie is saying, Sheriff says he's magic, Just imagine that. Just imagine that. Running around White Hart Lane, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, on his first game back. It almost sends goosebumps on your arms. Listen, it's just me. I am a massive Pochettino fan. I would love to see him back, but it is one of them. If we got him back, would he foul? Would he be given the tools to do anything? And we got to realise Poch will probably start slow as well. Will we give him time as a fan base? I think we probably would. Um, but listen, and again, Pochettino won't have Kane and Son and Dembele and Ericsson, Dele Alli, Vertonghen and Alderweireld and Lloris and Rose and Walker, Wanyama. He won't have those players. It's going to be a difficult job for him if he comes in. Difficult job for anyone who comes in. There is a massive, massive job to do at Spurs. Colin says, was Paratici all that good? Again, I don't know. It's like any director of football, right? You know, some players they sign, they're going to be good. Some they sign, they're going to be bad. And I think Paratici had a pretty much a 50-50 on that. I think some of them were okay. Some of them were good. Some of them were bad. I'm not really one for these directors of footballs. I just think, you know, and I know it's the way the clubs go, and I'm talking about it myself. Most signings are club signings now. But why do we need 15, 16 people sat in a meeting room deciding what 10 players is best to go for? You should have the manager, you should have maybe one director of football with him saying, right, this is the direction I'd like us to go. And then director of football goes out and finds 3 or 4 and says, right, which one do you want? That's for me anyway, but it is what it is. Paige is in, big up Paige, says, morning peeps. Do not give Hentenga this season. I do not wish that on anybody. Um, Again, yeah, he's a manager. He failed at Ajax, didn't he? I think, but he was slots number 2 when Liverpool won the league. So you know, is one of them. I don't think it matters, Paige. I really don't, because I don't think Spurs are going down. I don't think we're going to qualify for Europe. Is this season's done already? It is done. Um, For me, I'm looking forward to getting a few of the injured players back, hopefully making a few more signings this January. And that's it. That's all there is to look forward to. And of course, streams from us guys. That's about it. That is about it. Siphon says, come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. And then he says, our club is not as big as Basuma's ego. Well, Basuma come back and did all right, didn't he, in the game against West Ham? I think thought he was one of our better players in the second half. But you know what? I'm fed up with all the players. Even the players I really like, the Van der Vens, I'm fed up with them, you know, moaning and whinging and just get on with it, mate. You paid a lot of money. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Ghost is saying all this news about Frank getting the sack during the transfer window, but no transfer news. Enoch doing Enoch things where are the signings? Absolutely bang on, mate. I agree. They must be rubbing their hands thinking to themselves, we don't have to sign anybody because the fans are at each other's throats. The manager's doing shit. It is quality. Guys, if you haven't, please smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button too. I am a couple of subs off 1,350. It would be great to get over the line today. So if you haven't subbed, please smash that sub button. It is absolutely free of charge. Sheriff is saying it's the expectation with the fans, Nige. It is. It is. Sadly, we do expect a lot. I know. Um, the Wiz is in. Big up, Wiz says Frank gets the Dortmund game, but other options now being considered. Burnley result will undoubtedly seal his fate if Spurs lose. Oh, mate, he's got to go before Burnley. We can't take him for Burnley, surely. He has to go after the Dortmund game. If he's being kept for Dortmund, fine, but he has to go after it. We cannot keep him. Um, I only see a defeat against Burnley if we keep Frank. I really do. I think it's gone that far now. You know, ask me 2 weeks ago, I would have said, well, yeah, just keep Frank to the end of the season. I think we're at that point now where it's so toxic, and it feels like it's so toxic in the stadiums, in the changing. Obviously, I'm not in the changing room, but it feels like it could be that toxic in the changing room as well. For me, he's got to go. He's got to go. If not today, then after the game, straight after. Wild Space says the managers are the easiest targets. They are at the end of the day because, you know, they're the ones that face the cameras, right? They're the ones that take all the shit. So it is always the managers. Sadly, the players won't get sacked. Sadly, the board won't get sacked, but it is what it is. I think it is time for him to go. Personally, Red says no team in the league is playing eye-catching attacking football. I've got to say, mate, it's been a really poor Premier League season. It really has. When you think that Arsenal are top of the league and comfortably top, and they're a good side, Arsenal, but they don't play great football. It is pretty turgid to watch at times, in my opinion. They are a lot. They are very much a bit like Spurs, set piece. Yeah, the days of Man City playing beautiful football. You know, City still play good football, but it's not like it was. And of course, Liverpool terrible this season. It says because there are about 6 teams who play out from the back and possession base, and the rest of the league is sit 11 in their box majority of the match. I agree. I agree. I think Villa played quite good football. I think Newcastle are quite nice to watch at times. But other than that, it's a real struggle to find teams that play good football. And Red says, which results in terrible football. Absolutely does. The Premier League is a low block festival right now. Hard to disagree. Hard to disagree. I actually cancelled my Sky because I just wasn't enjoying watching football anymore. So yeah, I watch Spurs where I can. I won't say where, but I watch Spurs where I can. Picture's not always great, but it is what it is. But I don't watch a lot of other football now, just because it's boring. Siphon says the problem with us not signing players is that we offer players who are already on 100k a week. We will offer them 80k. Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly, though, I think we are getting better. We are getting better at um, paying the wages. It seems like we're getting better now. So Simon Stevens is in the house. Big up to you. Says can't help but reminisce about White Hart Lane. We were promised the world, and now we don't even have a striker on the par with Super Pav. I take Darren Bent now, as he is now. Yeah, I agree. I agree, mate. I mean, I love Pavlyuchenko. He was different as a striker, but he had a shot on him. He scored. He didn't score many goals for Spurs, but every goal he scored was an absolute banger. If he was 6 yards out, he would blast it into the net. Loved Pavlyuchenko. And you're right, we don't have strikers like that anymore. We just do not have strikers like that anymore. Gone are the days of, you rock up to a game and you got Berbatov and Keane starting, and you got Defoe and Mido on the bench, and you're just like, that's all right, that'd do. If it's not working up front, we bring those two on. Gone are those days, sadly. But we got Richarlison. What more do we want? God, we're a moaning bunch, aren't we? Comes in saying some fans are hoodwinked by the Europa win, papered over many cracks. It absolutely did. We were terrible last season. I mean, I feel like every single time I do a stream or another YouTuber does a stream, every single stream is very much like, God, that's the worst Tottenham performance I've seen in years. And then I think, said that last week, said that the week before, and actually I said that last season under Ange as well. I think most weeks now we just play crap football, and yeah, we're just getting worse. We're just getting worse. Those cracks are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Brian Spurs says Dortmund are going to destroy us on Tuesday night. I tend to agree with you. I tend to agree. So what do we do, guys? What do we do for Dortmund on Tuesday night? Do we play the kids? I mean, we're going to have to play a few of them, aren't we? We're going to have to play a few of them. Do we play players out of position totally? Do we stick 11 men behind the ball and say, break us down, we're going to go for 0-0? Or do we just say, you know what, we're going to play what we can, the positions where we can, we're going to play as strong as we can, and if we have to bring a couple of youngsters in, it gives the fans something to get behind. The concern is that the youngsters get absolutely drowned in it, and they suffer longer term. But you would hope that a couple of them would come in with confidence, no fear, and just absolutely go for it. Let's see what happens. It's going to be an interesting watch, I think, tomorrow night. Rodney Martin saying the job is too big for Frank. I agree 100%. It's too big. The thing is, at Brentford, you can lose 3 or 4 in a row and nobody will bat an eyelid. Nobody will bat an eyelid. You cannot lose 2 in a row at Tottenham without people turning on you, and sadly, it's just the way it is. We expect a lot, and I don't know why. I don't know why we expect a lot as Tottenham fans. We, apart from the Europa League win last season, we don't win a lot. But we do. We are an expectant bunch, and we demand the highest standards, and we're not getting them, and we won't get them under Frank. I'm not sure we'll ever get them really, but let's see. Riman says hello. Hello to you. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming over to the channel. Siphonen says, didn't we get offered Adeyemi from Dortmund? Apparently, I read those rumours. Whether they're true or not, I don't know. But listen, hey, hopefully he plays well against us tomorrow, and Tottenham go, we'll have a bit of that. We'll have a bit of him, and get him in. Agami, I think I've pronounced it right, says, got rid of the manager who won the European trophy. Careful what you wish for. Sound familiar? We've had to put up with that shit since Moyes left. As football fans, we are allowed to demand better. I agree. But listen, it's one of them, isn't it? Yes, we won a European trophy, and it was a great night. Shit game, but great night. But, mate, we were awful last season, like awful. I'm taking it you're a United fan. Are you a United fan or West Ham fan? Um, yeah, it's listen. Ange was terrible last season. Ange had to go. The football was shocking. And season 3, I guaranteed you guys, season 3 would not have been better than season 2. But it is what it is. But the problem is, we've gone with a manager that I think the club thought would stabilize the club, and it's done absolutely the opposite. It has made us more toxic than I've ever known. I mean, last season was toxic under Ange. This season is nuclear. We are an absolute mess, and the club need to act and act quick. Yeah, this isn't a quick fix for Spurs. Sadly, it really isn't. Cookie says the problem is that everyone needs to take into account is that it's just not an on the pitch problem. It's everything from top to bottom. Absolutely, it is from top to bottom. But the way I look at it, Cookie, is we need to get some stability on the pitch. If we can do that, and listen, we're Spurs fans, yeah. There are the odd Spurs fan who, expect Spurs to be challenging for titles and top 3, top 4. Most realistic Spurs fans think if we can just be in and around Europe every year for the next couple of seasons, that's decent. That's decent, certainly as to where we are now. So for me, get a manager in, an attacking manager who plays good football, win some, lose some, finish in and around 6th, 7th, 8th, challenging for a European place. And hopefully then the board, whether they sell or whatever they do, sort their shit out. Hopefully they can sort that out while on the pitch we're doing okay. The problem is we are just shit everywhere at the moment. We are a mess. Siphoner says, why don't we sack Ange because Glasner will get sacked so we can get him. I'm not sure I want Glasner. Glasner was someone I wanted during the summer, but now I'm very much, as I've said a million times, as of the opinion, I just want an identity, and I want us to play attacking, attractive football. Glasner doesn't play that way. And I'm fine with getting Glasner in if the club come out and say, this is the way we're going to play. And if Glasner doesn't work, we will bring in another manager who plays this way. That's fine. But for me, we can't just keep chopping and changing. One thing Glasner will do, I guess, is that he is capable of playing 3 at the back. So we might actually see wing backs. I don't know. I'm at a point where, listen, I'd take you, Siphon, and managing the club right now. I really would. I would take you in charge. I'm that desperate to get Frank out. Billy Andrews, big up, mate, says, we were told this new stadium was going to be the game changer. We have been lied to for years and years. Absolutely. We have, and it's a sorry state of affairs. Guys, there is 110 people in the house. Thank you, everyone, for coming and tuning in. Smash that like button. It is so important. Let's see if we can get up to 100 likes today, which would be, I think, a record. That would be absolutely amazing. It's going to take some going, but all you got to do is smash that like button. It's totally free. And if you haven't, hit the subscribe button as well. I have just passed 1,350, so thank you to everyone that's subscribed. Let's get up to 1,360 now if we can. Once I get up to 1,500, I am going to do a shirt giveaway to one of my lucky subscribers. I might even put a name on the back. What name should we put on? Maybe I don't know. Let's think of the worst Tottenham player and put that on the back with Charleston, maybe. Um, maybe a short one because it costs a lot of money. Will Spade says if you play your role of being Spursy, you'll win versus Dortmund and lose in the league against Burnley, right? I mean, that would be typically Spursy, and usually I would 100% agree, mate. I think yeah, that's every chance that would happen. Just seeing the amount of players we have out for Tuesday night, I don't see in any way how we get even a draw. And that's not being negative. That's just looking at what we have available and thinking it is going to take some doing. Take some doing. I mean, if we were away in Dortmund, I'd feel like it could be a cricket score. I think, as is at Spurs, I think we might keep it down to maybe 1 or 2 nil. But let's see. Red Rebellion says Hatinga lasted 128 days at Ajax as their coach, so things may just get worse if he is your interim. Listen, I do think things are going to get worse before they get better, mate. I really do. As I've said already, this season's done. This season's done. We're not going to go down. If we go down, I will eat my hat. There you go. Um, there's no way we're going down. West Ham, I shouldn't have said that, should I? Shouldn't have said that. I'm going to get clipped. And then I can already see a string with me having to eat this hat. But I don't see us going down in any way, shape, or form. I just don't see it. I think West Ham are too far off. I think they're already 4 wins behind us. I don't see him winning 4 games again this season. I think Spurs, even though we're poor, will pick up 2 or 3 more wins. So that means West Ham would have to win like 7 times. Just don't see it personally. But so I don't think it matters who's in charge. I really don't. I just know we need to get rid of Frank, and mainly because of the toxicity in the club at the moment. I got it out in the end. Got it out in the end. Um, but let's see what happens. Billy says Enoch are con artists. They are. They are, but they keep getting away with it. Mark Robinson says, let's be honest, who would come into this shit show? I think there's only one manager who would literally skip here. But he can't come until after the World Cup. So you're right. You're right. You know, it's so true. If you're a manager of a club with any sort of reputation at all, and you get offered the Spurs job, with what you've seen happen over the last 10 years at Tottenham, you would be like, I'm all right, thanks. I'll wait for the Hartlepool job. Thank you, though. I just don't see it. It's going to be a difficult sell, Tottenham. There's no doubt about it. Money is all that's going to talk, I think. David's Ed is in. Big up, David. It says we are one of the richest clubs in the world. Champions League football, and of course we demand a lot. We had top 5, top 4 finishes, and we sack a winning mentality manager trying to build something we deserve. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. As you know, is I'm guessing we're talking about Ange here. And listen, Ange is fantastic. Won us that European trophy. But let's be honest, did he win us that European trophy? And this is maybe a bit controversial, and I don't want to stir up a hornet's nest here. I think the fan base, I think we're at each other's throat enough. But Mickey van der Ven come out and said they had to talk to Ange. They had to say, you need to change this because we ain't going to win nothing playing attacking football. We have to be more defensive. Now, Ange agreed, which is great. But let's be honest, if Ange had his way, he would just kept playing attacking football and we probably would have went out earlier on. That's not to say that he doesn't deserve a lot of credit for winning us a European trophy. And Ange Postecoglou will always be a bit of a cult hero, a bit like Brennan Johnson, for what they've done for us. But there is no doubt. Listen, he had to go. Frank has to go. We need an identity. The board have to go. The fans have to go. Burn the whole thing down. Let's start again. It's a mess. This club is a mess. And I'm not quite sure where we go. Cookie has said, no point in Poch coming back if he isn't backed. He's not a miracle worker, and I fear the legacy he had at the club will be tarnished. This is the fear, mate, isn't it? This is the fear, is that if we do bring Poch back, which I think at the moment looks likely, it will probably end up going sour. It's like going back with an ex, isn't it? You know, you've had the red flags before, but you ignore them. You go back, it's great for a couple of months, and then you realise, or she realises, they realise, what the hell are we doing here? And it will probably be the same with Poch, but I just want to feel. I don't know. Listen, guys, who would you take? I would take Poch. I would take Iriola. I would take Xavi. I would take Xavi Alonso. I would literally take anyone who was prepared to play attacking football. When I say attacking football, I don't mean tiki-taka. I don't want to play tiki-taka football. That balls the shit out of me. I want to play aggressive, front-footed, attacking football. Um, that's it. That's all I want to see. And that's one of the reasons I want Frank out, is because he is scared to attack. So yeah, we will see what happens. Siphoner says, I want Ange back. Oh, mate. Um, be careful what you wish for. Imagine if Ange Postecoglou come back. Man, that would be awful. That would be awful. It really would. Red Rebellion saying it's difficult for any team to play beautiful attacking football in this league because the majority of teams sit back and end up with 11 men in their box. Hair in my mouth. Yeah, yeah. I mean, his football's changed, isn't it? I know I'm talking like an old man again now, but football has changed. It is not the way it used to. It is not the beautiful game. That's what it's called, isn't it? Football, the beautiful game. It is not particularly beautiful anymore. There's a few teams in world football that play beautiful football, and Barcelona, of course, a joy to watch. You know, Bayern Munich, I think, a joy to watch, and there's a few other teams. Paris Saint-Germain on their day, lovely to watch, but so many teams that you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. God, it's depressing, isn't it? Let's pick the show up a bit. Red Rebellion says, which means that the teams who want to win have to pass themselves to death to score a goal. It is a lot. And it's when you start seeing defenders with the most touches in the game. That's when you know that football is dead, right? But it is what it is. Billy Andrews says, we have spent money. We just didn't spend it wisely. We don't pay the wages. Absolutely. Our recruitment has been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Saying that, you know, the wages have started going up now. We are starting to pay players more. So is this a change in Enoch? Are we going to see a change? I highly doubt. But with the wages going up, you would think, hopefully, we can attract a few better players. But not currently, not with this shit show going on. Who's going to want to come to Spurs? Let's be honest. Ryan McFarlane, big up to you, Ryan. It says, morning, Nigel and chat. What a mess we are in. I have seen fans on X say if he is there, they are going to the game tomorrow. Yeah, I'm guessing they're not going to the game tomorrow. I think by the looks of it, he's staying. By the looks of it, he's staying for the Dortmund game. So it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out, especially if we go a goal down early, which listen is quite likely with the players we're going to have out. Is Frank going to get even more stick? Probably. Probably tomorrow night in the stadium could be extremely toxic. It's going to be interesting to see. Colin says Poch looking after Viskovic, more Donnelly, Williams, Barnett, and these players will flourish. That's the exciting thing, right? Is that we have got some really good young players coming through. And I'm not talking about your Towels, I'm not talking about your Bergvals, I'm talking about your Vuskovic, your Mikey Moores, your Donnelly, your Williams Barnett, all players that are exciting. I'm still not sure whether Donnelly's going to go to Oxford, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens. You know, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, you know what? I'm more excited to see these young players come in than anything else because we're crap anyway. So what's the worst that can happen? You know, we're not going to be any worse. If anything, we could fall in love with a couple of these young players who could take us maybe and save us 30, 40 million down the line. But that's probably not going to happen, Colin, just because the pressure in the game now is to win. And these players, these young players, don't get the chance. Maybe they should. Kem is saying, I can expect the booing. I can accept the booing of the manager in these circumstances, but these same fans were clapping the players off the pitch. Yeah, you know, the players part of the problem as well. You know, the board, the manager, players, even the fans to an extent. You know, we have to, if you're at that stadium, even though it's frustrating, you've got to try and get behind the side. It's difficult, I know. It really is. The one thing I found really frustrating with the West Ham game, and listen, I'm not saying any of our forward players are good enough. Um, and again, it's another reason why I'm really not happy with Frank is you take the one player off who really looks like he's going to do something. You know, Tao was poor, but he was the best of a bad bunch. For me, Odebear should have been the first one off, but he takes Tao off. And I'm just like, what are you doing, mate? He's the one player that, okay, a lot of what he's doing is not working, but at least he's trying to make things happen. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm so almost done with this club now. I feel so empty. I feel so empty with this club. Paige says, for me, Hettinger is a good in the role as assistant. He can work in the background, so to speak, and the spotlight on him as a manager head on the table. Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Some managers are people are better behind the scenes, like McLaren, for instance. You know, the Wally and the Brolly. Terrible England manager, but terrible manager really in general, but great number two. Some people are just really good number twos and not great managers. Red Rebellion said, if I was making the rules, I would change the point system. 1 point for a loss, 1 point for a draw. Um, 1 point for a draw only if there were goals and to keep 3 points for a win. Or maybe we could just like make it even more exciting. I mean, this is going left field now, but you know, if you keep a clean sheet, you get point. If you score 3 goals, you get an extra point. Just things that just I don't know what which might make things a little more exciting. Might make teams go for it a little bit more. I don't know. It might not. Um, Dennis, big up Dennis says miracle winning Europa mind boggling. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean it was a pretty miraculous run, but we did win it. So I guess we've just got to celebrate it, haven't we? Big Mendelson absolutely fuming. Frank is going to be in charge on Tuesday. After Saturday, that man should have never been allowed back in the ground. I agree. Perfect time to sack him straight after the game. We're shit. Get out of the club, mate. But for whatever reason, the club, and I think a lot of it is due to Vinay. He wants to make it work. I understand it, but it's not, is it? It is not. Guys, if you're new in here, please smash the like button. It is so important. Hit that subscribe button too. Let's try and get another 5 or 6 subs before the end of the show. But yeah, I'm fuming too. I'm absolutely fuming too. 606 Uzi says, is it me or have we gone backwards since Poch? The quality is poor. The hope has been lost for a while. Gone are the days when I really get excited about the next game. I'm 100% with you, mate. I think since Poch left, and listen, I'm not saying when he left, he didn't have to go because he probably did. The results had turned, and I think we needed a fresh challenge. Um, it was all a bit stale. But since then, I'd even go as far as say since we've moved into the new stadium, we have we have regressed something terrible. We have been so poor, and Kane and Son papered over the cracks for years, and we haven't got Kane and Son now, and we are suffering. We are suffering badly. And I've said it a lot that we are no longer a big six side. We are no longer a big six club. All in stature. In stature we are, but we are a mid to lower Premier League side. Currently, that's what we are. And it's going to take a fair bit to get back up there. We need, like I said, we need an identity. We need a manager that fits that identity. And we need the board to back that manager with the proper players paying the proper wages. And then this is our turn. We need the fans to be patient. Sadly, as fans, we're not. Um, but this is what I mean. If the board come out and said, this is the manager we're hiring, this is the way we're going to play football, it's going to take 5 years. This is a 5-year project. Bish, bash, bosh. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to implement. Please be patient. It is going to work. I think the fans would get behind that instead of just nothing. It is what it is. But we will see what happens. Big Mendelson, the best chance we would have on Tuesday is to have sacked Franch and got a fresh poached look at the effect Carrick had. Yeah, possibly. I mean, I'm one of those big men that looking at, like I say, I totally agree. If we had a full squad to choose from, or even like 4 or 5 players that are not playing available, I'd agree. I just think we are so short on Tuesday night that I think whoever came in wouldn't get a victory. So in that sense, I kind of understand why they're like, we might as well just keep him in charge for it. And it maybe gives them an extra couple of days to get maybe the manager they want in place if it's not an interim. Um, but let's see what happens. It's going to be an interesting one for certain. I'm going to read through a couple of the comments that I've not seen people in there before, just because I will be ending up soon. Tom THFC, big up, mate, says this football is worse than Ange's. Be real. This is so bad under Frank. It absolutely is. It absolutely is, mate. I agree. And Cookie said, smash the likes and sub, please all. Absolutely. Keep smashing that like. It is so important. Pushes me out to people who wouldn't get the chance to see me usually. And we've had a couple of people in today. It's like, I haven't seen your channel before. That's the reason, because the likes are going up and YouTube pushes you out to other people. YouTube are tight. They really are tight. Sorry, YouTube. I didn't just say that. But yeah, smash that like. Hit the sub if you haven't as well. DJ Johnny says, how and you seriously totally disregard 12 injuries and a keeper leg break last season, playing great out of position at centre back with 2 or 3. Yeah, but we could say that about anyone, couldn't we? We could say that about Frank this season. Look at the injuries he's got. You know, it is what it is. I think. Listen, for me, it wasn't Ange as a person. It wasn't Ange the way we attacked. I like that, but we were just so open at the back. We were just so open at the back, and even with the injury, especially with the injuries we had, that is when for me Ange should have been okay. I am screwed at the back here. I'm not going to play so open. I'm going to shut up shop and we're going to stink the place out for a couple of weeks. And I think fans would have had a bit more respect instead of being like, no, this is me. This is the way I play. Sod the lot of you. I think that in the end worked against Ange. So I think that's why a lot of people were Ange out in the end. And in fact, we finished 17th. But that is history. That is history. We're not going to history now. We're looking forward, hopefully, and talking about the now. And the now is, and I think we'd all agree, Johnny, I think you'd agree maybe, that Frank has to go, right? He absolutely has to go. John for 59 says 6322. Is that your phone number? I don't know what that means. But yeah, listen, guys, I am going to finish up. Thank you for each and every one of you that's joined the show. If you haven't, smash a like. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, MSN, big up Nige, Enix, Mask, Levy was dramatically pulled off, and a real face is uglier than we first thought. And I absolutely agree with you. We've lost Levy, the one we thought was the devil, and it just goes to show he was just the mask. And we have got a lot of problems ahead of us. Let's hope, guys, that we can rise above it and somehow get our Tottenham back. Good morning to Rich. I hope you're well, mate. I hope you are well. Guys, I'm going to leave it there because I have got to get myself sorted for work. Have a great day, all. Thank you so much for joining me. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and stay pure Coys.